What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nathan, and on this planet we send it. And what we're going to be getting in today, well, it's been a little bit since I've gone through my surgery, and I want to give you guys an update on where things have been. Got some good news, got some bad news, and then actually got some really bad news. But to be honest, this is going to be sort of the first part in a very two-part short series on me kind of explaining, what's been going on here in my household. And then I'm going to be putting out another video and showing you some of the devastation that has happened because of the things that I'm about to talk to you. All right, I got a plan in place. Let's go ahead and send it. So now in regards to how my ankle is recovering, I'm actually doing pretty good now. Definitely not 100%. Can't really put too much additional weight on my ankle. I am up to full body weight, so that's a great thing. There's still a little bit of soreness and pain sort of as I walk around. I kind of pelican a little bit, whenever I'm standing, just to take some of it off, some of the weight off of my ankle. But overall, my ankle is actually coming back. And like I tell my family and friends when I talk to them about it, every day, if not even a little bit more, and a little bit in the afternoon, I notice improvement. So I'm slowly getting there, and I feel like in maybe about like 2 weeks or so, I'll probably be able to, move about pretty freely and start getting at some of the things that I used to be getting on. All right, so I'm sitting down for this because now we're going to get into a little bit more serious update on some of the bad and definitely the worst news. The bad news is in relation to me. Unfortunately, I went in and I was doing my 3-week physical sort of checkup to see how my recovery was going. Everything with my ankle, all the surgery was going absolutely great. So from that point, they took me in that cast that you first saw me in. And then they went ahead and put me into I think that was called the plaster cast. Then they put me into a fiberglass cast. And after they put me into the fiberglass cast, probably about a week or so later, I started getting a cramp in my leg, cramp in my calf, as a matter of fact. And I thought it was just maybe due to, malnutrition or whatever. So didn't really think too much of it. It kind of came back again a couple of days later, and it seemed like whenever I was sleeping, it felt like a cramp was almost going to be kind of like coming on. So maybe then about a day or two later, I noticed my foot like starting to turn purple and started to swell up. So I thought, maybe I wasn't following the doctor's direction good enough. I need to keep my foot up, elevated above my heart, a lot better. And so I started being even more disciplined. Although I'll be honest, I thought I was doing that pretty good to begin with. But so I was doing that. Things were seeming good. I wasn't getting swelling in my foot, at least while my foot was elevated. But then I started noticing as I would like just do a short little trip to the restroom and back, that I could literally see my foot start to turn purple and swell up. It was that fast. And in a matter of a couple of minutes going back and forth to foot not elevated to elevated again, I could see my foot swelling. So something was wrong. So thank goodness the doctor had sent me home with some reading information on, and I went to the section, was like, hey, if any of these following things happen, make sure you either give us a call or go to the ER immediately. And I had like 6 of them. So getting to the point, I went in, and it turned out they did an ultrasound, and I actually currently have a blood clot in my calf. It feels like it's either gone away or almost completely gone away, but I've been on blood thinners, and I'll be on blood thinners because of it, at least until December. So when I talked to my primary care manager, they're like, you got to take it easy. So we're going to talk about the impacts of that on my next little short video. But let's go ahead and get into some of the worst news. Okay, so getting on to the worst news, and I'll be honest, I picked the shot so you guys can see sort of my vertical garden and how it's struggling, and you can see how my strawberries have taken quite a bit of hit. And the reason why is because the 2 people that have been watching my garden is, I would almost say, co-watching my garden. I would say it's equally my mother-in-law's garden too, because she really does probably the majority of the work, to be honest, at least the maintenance of it. I do a lot of the heavy lifting, quite literally, but she has been the one who's kind of kept with the maintenance and the watering of like at least the plants and keeping things going. And unfortunately, my mother-in-law was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and my family's been taking care of that. So while I have been down, my mother-in-law has been down, and my wife has literally been having to, cover the entire household And so she's had to sort of take time off of school in order, to make sure that we can cover the needs. We're definitely not even at the wants. So unfortunately, and kind of on a personal note, I'll say it's kind of, I'm trying not to be selfish, but it's also been a little depressing for me because when my family needs me most, I'm for the most part pretty much still down and out, and I haven't been able to help my wife and my family kind of, in this probably the worst time, our most strongest struggle that we faced yet. So given that, I got quite a bit to bounce back from, I should say, bounce around on the different projects and have them bounce back. But it's stage 4 with my mother-in-law, so there's unfortunately slowing down, but no, bouncing back. Maybe bouncing back to more of a, livable, extending life situation according to the oncologist. But this is pretty serious, so we're, kind of having to, direct funds and do that so that we got some of my family coming out from Peru to support us in this and so, potentially see their mother for the last time. I mean, it's pretty serious, and thank God, literally that we finally got my family's tourism visas, because we've been trying to get them visas through the immigration services legally. And we're here in San Diego. It wouldn't be too hard to do things illegally, but we've been trying to keep things on the up and up. And finally, unfortunately, it took this tragedy. We got their visa, so they'll be able to come out and visit their mom, and also, be able to help us out. So I'm extremely grateful for my family and the fact that they were, approved to come out and help us out during this. So that's kind of wrapping up the update. And here, when I do the outro to the video, I'll also use that to kind of do an intro to the other video I'm about to do as soon as I finish this one. All right, that's going to go ahead and wrap up this video. And I know I'm kind of ending on, or not kind of, I'm ending on a somber note. And the intent is not to sort of, draw or solicit any, support other than if you want to kind of support, just please, if you pray, put us in your prayers. And that's really, honestly and truthfully and heartfully felt, that's really all I ask for. But I'll say, like I said, I'm almost back on my feet. I should probably be up and good around here pretty strongly, pretty intently, able to get some stuff done about 2 weeks, and then we're going to be getting back into full. So I got a few videos I want to get kind of done and get out to you guys, but the next one I'm going to be talking to you about is kind of like where things are in the garden, some of the other projects I got coming up, to including when I'm going to be able to get back jeeping. And that's pretty big to me too, because I'm definitely anxious to get out there. It definitely has been I have a whole new outlook on people that are, have lost a limb or more, and the lack of mobility. And I'm extremely grateful that through all that I'm going through right now, at least I'm expecting to have, both legs and both arms ready to rock and roll to not only help support my family, and get through this trying times and tribulations, but also start making videos for you guys, because I really do enjoy it. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you on the next one.